Okay, that sky is not our typical sky. It looks a little bit more teal to me. And my recent paintings have been kind of vivid. So I'm going to try to make it more like the photo and less vivid. I've been kind of going crazy with my skies. So I'll just put this in. There we go. I'm just barely putting some blue in here. And it's going to get dirty as it comes down, because you can see on the horizon out there, the sky is a little bit brownish. You see that?
Yeah, or red.
So I'm going to add a little, I'm going to use a little raw sienna. Bring that down a little bit like that. Now, I like what it did on the paper. I'm going to just add some water here and try to spread out what I have here. Like that. There we go. That's our sky. And boy, our horizon is damn near in the center here. And then I want to do the water. I'll throw my mountains in there in a minute. And the water, how do you paint that water? It's very similar to the hue of the sky. I might make it a little bit bluer for our painting here. And I'm just going to put this out there like this. I'm going to be painterly about this. And I'm going to bring this down because our ferry reveals the lake over there. My paper dried out really nicely while I was talking to you, so it's moist, but it's not overly wet. Horizon's got to be damn near flat. Okay. Now I can lay in my mountains while we're letting it dry out slowly. And the mountains, I'm going to put a little more orange in my sky. I'm going to put a little more raw sienna because it's already kind of fading out.
Yeah.
It's this game of pushing, of anticipating how it's going to dry out.
Well, it's orange is will dry. Let's see.
I'm going to put my sun like this. Here's my sun. And then we got the sun up in the sky. So I'll lift a little bit of that out. My sky is very pale. I might need to come back and add a little color to the sky. Maybe I should get that in there now. Let's do that now. I'm going to use my round and see if I can add a little blue near the top. I want just enough, but not too much. So I'll overdo it a little bit at the beginning. And then I'm going to get my sun kind of round. My favorite suns that I've painted are not perfectly round. They're kind of lumpy suns, and I like the way they look. Like this. You see this sun I have?
Yeah.
I like them kind of uneven, unsymmetrical for some reason.
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
Well, they seem to be that way too.
Yeah. In photographs, it overwhelms the camera, the sensor, or whatever it is when you're taking a picture. It overwhelms the film, and it distorts the sphere of the sun. So I'm going to paint my water in with the sun there. Okay. Let's get our mountains in there. We have a little mountain haze way out here, and that mountain, maybe I'll just make them a little purplish with blue, because purplish mountains indicate distant mountains. So I'll put a mountain here, and there's an interesting, that hill right here is Bellagio, so I'll paint that in a little darker. So there's those distant mountains, and then we have a darker one coming up. I can add color to this, and this comes up quite dramatic. And what's great about Lake Como is how steep some of these mountains are, coming up into down into the water from the sky. And this one's big. I'm going to add, now I'm going to start painting down the value on those and try to creep up on what I see. And I'm going to do it progressively less blue. I want some blue in here. That's that one. And there's just layers and layers of mountains here. So my next one will be darker. Let's get this one in here. Now I'm going to get a little darker, ultramarine, with some burnt umber. Not real dark. Right here for this Bellagio. And this Bellagio is this famous hill right there. It's very distinct. If you have been there and you see it, you know exactly where you are. It's right there. And then this comes out like this. This woman's going to be leaning through it, but she's mostly dark, so it should be pretty easy to put her in there. I might have to scrape her. And then there's another hill. I'm going to push that hill back a little bit, because this little Bellagio hill is right in front of us. So this one goes back. This one comes here. I see ya. We can make this a little greener. Picking up some of our green we have. Bringing this up. A little darker. There's a little hill peeking out over the top there. Put this here. Some of these people's heads are right up in this. I gotta get this moving along. I gotta shift gears here. Let's bring Bellagio a little greener right there, because it's a little closer to us. Right there. That's kind of blowing out. Let's push that back a little bit. Okay. There's my hills. I kind of like that. Now I'm going to get the, I'm going to put the people in last, because I want them razor sharp. I want them to be really clear and sharp, sharply defined. You see here. Okay.
Then you want the paper dryer.
Yeah. So while we're waiting for it to dry, I should actually hit this with the hairdryer for a second. I had a piece of paper towel behind this. I like it. It flutters around. I kind of like the scene we have already. It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Right there.
There you are.
Looks pretty good. Okay, now let's get this ferry in here. I guess I should just go boom, boom, and just do it quick. Let's do it quick and see what happens.
Okay.
I don't want to screw around too much. Today is Sunday. We went for a nice hike yesterday. We went for a hike in a place called Mercer Slough. You know what a slough is?
Yeah.
It's where the water backs up, right, into the land.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it's a natural area that they've, for 120 years, they've had blueberries growing there. Blueberry farms. I'm trying to figure out how to lay my boat in here. The value and the color of the side of this boat. It's a white. The boat is painted white, but the way we're seeing it here is, you know, what is white? I guess that's going to be a blue.
Yeah, it's
I guess.
color.
Yeah, it's funny. What color is this boat? I should probably put that in with the hake. We'll do it big with the hake. We'll get the whole silhouette of the boat in here, and then I can add details. That's kind of a, well, it's kind of a purple down here. I swear that's a purple. Down in this lower left corner. So I'm going to pick up my purple. I got some rose.
It is.
And I got some. I like to put this rose or alizarin with this cerulean blue. It makes a really nice purple. So let's get this down here. This is the right color. It looks just like it. I gotta describe the shape of my boat here. So it's gonna be. I got my sun in the wrong place. No, it doesn't matter.
Boy, that is the right color.
You see that, don't you?
Yeah.
Now this jumps up. I gotta sneak up on this. This is where the people are standing, right there. There's my stairs. I'm trying to just eyeball this and get it quick. This comes up. See, I got my sun in the wrong place, but it doesn't matter. And then this
No,
comes
it
out.
doesn't matter.
No, not at all. And then here.
The reflections matter, but
Yeah,
color doesn't matter.
yeah. I'm gonna make this little. There's a real kind of sharp corner there, and then it drops down. There's our boat. And then actually, there's a little edge right there. Is that about right? That's about right. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to darken this up in this lower corner. I'm going to add a little cerulean blue to my purple puddle here. And try to get this in here, how I see it, like that. That's good. Now look at this. There's all this reflected light up in here on the side, this wall that we're looking at. There's all these textures and interesting things going on. There's a black edge along, there's a black rubber or something along, or wood along the edge of this wall. And then it gets yellower as it comes this way. I'm going to see if I can do that. This wall over here, below the woman, where that poster is, this is yellowish, I think, over here. Greenish. So I'm going to try to be true to the colors. I know colors aren't that important, but I want to try it. I'm going to add a little yellow over here.
Yeah, lemon yellow would be good.
That's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to blend it back. There's a little chromatic shift across this wall. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, I'm going to dry that out. We got to get this pretty dry now to do our next stuff. I'm pushing the paint around.
The painter paint the scene, aren't they?
What's that?
The people are standing there watching the painter paint the scene, aren't they?
Kind of. Looks like it. They're watching the nature paint the scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to get my round. I'm going to get some super darks. I don't want to over-render this. I don't want to overthink it. I just want to have fun with it. I'm going to get my round, get some super darks, and I'm going to put that railing in there, right in front of us. This big railing, it comes from up here, right down to the corner, and it's a straight line. And I got to see if I can lay that in there with my shaky hands. Get my straight line. I should get a test paper here first. I like to use this board. I use this white board as my test. Just to make sure my brush is doing what I want it to do before I put it on the paper. I'm going to make a big black railing here. It's actually kind of bluish. Let's see if I can get a little more blue in this. Doesn't matter. It's going to come from here, and it gets fatter over here. I should paint it that way. But my natural swing of my arm goes this way, so I'm going to go this way. I guess I could flip it upside down, right? Let's do this. Now I got to make sure I got my angle right. I'm going to come from that corner and land out here, above the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. Now, I want to leave a little glint at the top of that. Like that. I should scrape that. You see how we got that?
I like it like that.
Now, do you think I should scrape along with... See, that's not where the sun is. The sun is over here. And that glint should be under the sun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's do that. I got to make that right. So let's see if I can do this in one good move. So here's our sunlight right here. We're upside down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a scrape right along here. Like that. That works fine. That's good. I can fix it with paint. I like that. Okay. So here we go. I'd like to clean this up without ruining my boat. That's all right. We're good. Now I'm going to get a second railing below it. My lower railing is painted white. That's annoying. I guess I could paint it however I want. Let's see if I can get a white railing in here. You see that lower railing here? It starts down here. I'll put it here like this. Yeah, and it just runs off like that. Now let's see if I can lift that back a little bit. That works. That'll work. Now I gotta get the bottom side of that railing. Like that. That's very wet down there. Gotta dry it a little more. My railing kind of blew apart, but I think I can fix it. It's a good lesson in trying to fix it. Now let's get the other side, since we're doing railings. I'm going to use the same color, but I'm doing it with a rigger now. And up here, now there's a vanishing point off to our left. The black railing starts way out here, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the black railing behind the man. And it's damn near parallel with the horizon. Not exactly, but pretty close. There's a slight slope coming down over to here. So I just got to be brave and try this. How can I do it with a straight line? I got to learn some straight line techniques. Right? How do watercolors do straight lines? I have to get something to prop my arm on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oil painters will do that.
Yeah.
They have a bridge.
Yeah.
A wooden bridge they lay across there.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some time in the near future.
Boy, that's good, Lord.
I'm going to take some time in the near future and practice just painting really fine straight lines. Because I'm going to need to know how to do that. So here's our boat. And this has this black railing coming down.
That discouraged you from doing that because it didn't want to get a paint like a photographer.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So my layout here is different from what we're seeing. So I got to kind of fudge a few things here to fix it. And I should not go back and forth as I'm doing railings. I should go in one direction only. There's that. Okay. Now, the lower parts of this railing, there's two railings out here actually. There's one in front of this woman and one behind the woman. And in fact, for all those people. They're standing between black railings.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a kind of a bluish on my rigger here and do these lower railings down here. So they come over and land right here. Boom. These are my white railings. Boom. Boom. that. And then they have these. I want to get these in here quick so we don't spend the whole day just screwing around on this. There. I wanted to see if my subconscious brain paints better. There's that. This one comes down. This one comes down. And then we got the last one behind the people here. And then we got a straight one down here. Now, right in front of us, we've got a great big blue. It's white, but I'm going to paint it blue. Right here. This comes down into our... This is quite large. I'm going to paint this blue. Bring this down. This is like our daisies that we painted in the sunshine. They're white, but you don't paint them white. Right?
Right.
You got to paint everything but white. This comes out. There's a lip here. There we go. Now let's speed this up a little bit. I want to get this poster. I don't know if I need to even think too much about this poster. It's an advertisement. And there's a man here with glasses and his hat looking at us in the poster. So I'm just going to go ahead and this absolutely parallels the railing, because that's a perspective thing from the camera. This comes down, and we have this man. I'm just going to go ahead and do this because it's kind of fun. Wearing his glasses, and he has his mouth open. He's kind of yelling at the camera, and then he has a wide rim hat on, like that. And he's wearing some sort of dapper clothing. There. Now, there's a woman next to him, and she's laughing. They're enjoying their lives here. Their vacation. Put this laughing woman here. And she has this great big white smile. I like that. There. I don't know why. I wanted to do that. I think that's fun. Okay. And then they have the English writing back here. I'm going to fill in my mountainside here. Here's our advert. And he's all dark. Okay. Let her be lighter. Like that. Okay, now I want to get these people up here. Oh, we got these things like windows. There's a round window down here. And because of the way we're seeing it, it's kind of an oval. I might paint it with a little shadow on it. Like this. Now there's a yellow one. It's greenish yellow. Porthole. Is that what you call those round windows? Is that a portal? Porthole?
Yeah. Portal.
Portal. And that's right here, right below the edge of our sign. And it's it's lit from within. Like that. And there's another one we're seeing on edge back here. Because we're looking down through this window we talked about. Into a hallway or something. Okay, now I'm going to come around here. Let's see if I can get this in here. Like that. And then down there. And get our underside here to our white railing. And then white railing is just a curiosity. I got to practice painting white. And see, that ties in here. Now there's a shadow across this. Is kind of fun.
Yeah.
If I can get that. This is sunlight. That'll be my sunlight. This will be my dark. I'm going to darken this up. It's not really dark. It's weird because there's some darkness on our white rail here. And then it's white on top. And then the background boat is dark. So I got to paint down my boat darker down in here. But I want to preserve the luminosity if I can. I think this needs to be darker down here. I'm looking at the values.
Yeah.
And I'm making it purple. I'm going to pick up some blue. Let's make this darker down here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to match, and you know, yeah, see how dark this is right here?
Yeah.
I'm taking kind of a second look at the values of the side of this boat. Now, our railing is just bright, bright, bright in the sun. And I want to keep that brightness. And the way I'm going to make that brightness work is by darkening up everything around it.
Yeah.
I think.
That's it.
This is more of a lesson in, this is a real value study more than anything. And that's where it's at anyway. That's the game, is the values, right? So I'm going to paint this whole side this way, coming lighter, I think. And then we're looking down. See, there's this glow out here. Just keep that portal. If I can get this darker, that portal will pop out more. This sign here is quite dark. Let me paint the rest of the boat here, like that. This here is quite dark, so I'm going to darken this up even more. This square. This could be a little darker. Yeah. Out here, this is very dark right in here. This is this wall inside this hallway. And then the water out beyond it is shining in the sun. And that's going to be an aqua teal kind of green right here. This is the lake. I don't know if I can get this how I want it. That's water out there. Okay. It's a little too green. Yeah, a little blue. But I gotta wait because I don't. Well, let's see. I don't want it to bleed too much. There. That's our water. It's kind of bright. That's okay. This is the value out here is too light, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it is too light.
So I'm gonna darken this out. But I want it to look like water. So let's do this. Yeah. There.
Yeah, just like some highlight. Yeah.
This is a little too bright. But, yeah. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this purple. I just want to just dim this down a little bit right here. This value is a little too bright. And by darkening up our boat down here, it's going to make the sunshine out there pop a little brighter. It's all relative. All these things affect each other. Painting this down makes my sun brighter.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I'm going to fill this in a little bit. There you go. Okay, let's get our people in there. Let's see if we can do our people. What's going on? Oh, I gotta save this file. We've been painting 14 minutes so far. Where is 822? Letting it dry here for a second. I gotta wait for about 30 seconds here. I like what I got so far. I kind of like it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's get our people in there. I'm going to start with an easy thing, an easy person first. I think what I want to do, I'm going to use my rigger. There we are. This woman on the right is going to be a harder one because she has reflections on her. There's a second person. This guy in the middle here. He kind of establishes the left and the right. And this guy, his head is way above the horizon. His shoulders are above the horizon. And then there's another person standing next to him. And they got to get the scale right. Let's see here. And he's a little bit more rounded shoulders here. I made his head too big, so I'll make his shoulders a little bigger. There. You got to paint small heads, right?
Right.
Heads have got to stay small. This person's a little farther away. They're on the other side of the railing there. And they have kind of this weird coat on. I'm just going to bang these out. This is how you paint people.
Yeah.
You just do them fast. There's not much of a neck on that person. That's okay. And their body comes down straight. And then they hit this edge of the boat. And then there's another person right behind this guy. There's a head over here. And they're looking the other way. And their shoulder comes out. And they're down behind the railing. I'll need to do a little scrape on this railing at the end. There. Okay? This is good. I kind of like it. Okay, now this man, he's fifth from the left. He's leaning back. Let's see if I can get his gesture. He's right. His head is way up here. Right there. These people are bigger than I think in the scene. I don't know. Then his arm is way out here. He's folded his arms. And then he has this long silhouette coming down. And this shoulder is sloping down a little. And that just kind of goes into a big straight torso going down. This is what I was trying to imagine painting this. Now let's see here. It's not quite like, there we go, that's better. Now next.
Oh, I like this cluster of figures.
Yeah. That was my thinking is this is kind of a fun thing to paint.
Yeah. Yeah.
His head is a little bigger out and back here. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Now, next to him is another man, but we see his profile. He's going to be right in our sun. That's too bad. That's okay. I can move him to the left a little bit. Maybe I don't put so many people. Maybe I should. It's the challenge of painting them all. So this guy's looking this way. And then his shoulders are way up here. This is all in a line because we're seeing him 3/4. And then his legs are kind of like this. They're leaning on this railing. And this comes back into the woman next to him, and she's right here. She's a little bit shorter. I'm going to run out of space here. And her body is here, and her back is curved out a little bit. Maybe I'll eliminate one couple. And then they're all one big black mass together here. They're standing together. So I'm just going to paint this down like this. What's fun is I don't have to worry about anatomy so much because they're in a group.
Yeah.
No, I can do it. I can fit it. Now there's the man on the far left and then the woman next to him. The man on the far left is wearing a white coat. Of course he would be. Makes it a little harder. So I'm going to put in a dark bluish coat to be his white coat. And I'll add some. I think I'm going to have to darken him down. So this is the man on the far left. And he's wearing kind of a hoodie. And his body is arching in this way. Because he's really leaning hard on that railing.
Yeah.
And then the hoodie is actually above the horizon. Like that. And this woman is going to obscure a lot of him. Because she's between us and him. And then there. And then his legs will be dark. That's his white jacket. It's just, I painted it as a dark blue. A dark cerulean. Now I'm going to go back to our super dark. Now, that's wet. If I paint the woman, she's going to blow out all over him. So let's dry him out for a minute. Oop. Pushing paint around. Okay. Let's see if I can get this woman in here. She has this big hair like that. And there's a space between her and the other people, so I got to keep that if I can. So she's about like that. And she cuts into his silhouette. She is holding a big bag or something. Right here. And then her legs come down kind of more straight. And there's this white pole on her back, but I'm not going to, I guess I could scrape it in there. Let's paint her down. And then his trousers and her legs all blend together like this into a blob. And there is a railing coming down here. Like that. Another railing. And they should be parallel. Okay. Okay, I like that. Now, we got this woman on the right. She's the one who should be rendered the best. She's closest to us. She's wearing kind of a turquoise coat. I'm going to pick up a little blue in my rigger here, right here. And we can clearly see her profile, but I'm not going to worry about painting her profile. And is that person wearing a hat or is that just hair? I think she's wearing a hat way back on her head. Let's see here. And she's way up here in the mountains. So I'm going to put her like right about here. And then there's a little hood right at the horizon. And then the front of her face is over here. And then her arm comes out on the railing like that. And then her back will have some sunlight on it. She has a puffy coat. It's sloping out slightly like that. And then she's below the railing like that. And then there's a dark edge in here that I don't have painted yet. That's the white. So the whole side of this is going to be darker. See if I can pull this out. Yeah, look at this big overhang here. I'll paint this like this. There, that makes more sense. I'm going to leave her coat like that. Now, I kind of want to paint her in as a silhouette. And then she has this face cocked kind of, and there is a nose. And nose gets you into trouble when you're trying to paint noses, right? You should almost not paint the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she has a hat on, like that. And then this comes out like this. That's about it. Now, if I want to...
Those figures are great.
Yeah, and you know what? They get smaller as you get farther away.
Yeah, yeah. They flow with the rails beautifully.
I kind of botched a couple things, but this is just a lesson. I'm just learning here.
Yeah.
So let's try to make this a little better. I'm going to lift out a little bit of her hat. Just give it a little character. I like that. I like this broken up over here. Here. Now I'm just deciding what I need to finish. I guess I could be finished.
Yeah.
I would like it if this was white down here, but you know, this. I'm just kind of doing a once over now. There is a darker layer of the far side of where they're standing that I don't have painted in here. And I guess I should paint it. So I'm going to put this in. There's a far side of the boat right there. It's dark. And these people should be coming down through this dark line I'm painting. The woman on the right already is. She's right there.
Yeah.
This one needs to come down a touch to make it correct. So I'm going to paint this person down a little bit more. And this might be wet. This is kind of wet. There. I'm going to dry that. I'm afraid that's going to run. There's a couple things I want to do before we call it done. One thing I want to do is get some dark, dark, dark right in here. Let's see if I can make this pop a little more. Right here. This is this thing that I love doing if it works, is when you paint the darks next to something, it makes that thing look whiter. So I'm trying to get this railing to be a lot brighter. And this comes all the way down. See how dark this is?
Yeah.
Now what happens is it gets lighter as we go to the right. I want to leave that portal. See if I can make that portal a little brighter. Boy, this round, I gotta be careful. There, like that. Now do that. Then do it on the other side here. But what happens is out here, as you see this, the gradient, I'll continue it on the other side of our banister here. But what happens is it does have reflected light right in this corner from the other side of the ferry. So I'm going to have to do this, like that. Move that back. Right there. There's some reflected light right there. That's what I wanted. Now I'm going to paint down the bottom here a little bit. Right down in here. That's what I want. I know that's odd, but look at it. Look at the photo.
Yeah.
It does this.
Yeah.
And I guess you just got to paint what you see.
I can't see the photo very well.
Oh, there really is a dark gradient behind this white railing in front of me.
Yeah.
And actually, the banister, I guess that's what you call that, continues down here, right there. See? Oh, look at that. Suddenly, it's a much more believable rendering by having that post go down. Yeah. Yeah. This is much darker down here. I'm just dialing in our values as I see them in the photo. Just trying to match the photograph, what I'm seeing. This is a lot darker down in here. There's a little portal. Right there. Right here, dark line. That's good. That's good. Yeah. This is a little darker. Connecting my darks. Let's connect our darks. That's good. Alright, I think that's enough noodling. I'm going to say that's done. This was kind of an exercise in the silhouettes of the gestures of the people. And it's easier painting silhouettes than it is painting sunlit people because you don't have to worry about all the details. I'm just going for the shape of their bodies. Let me show this to you. Let me flip this around.
Yeah.
Can't see how I'm showing this to you. Here we go.
Good. That's good.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like the figures.
Does Mary want to see this?
I don't know where some people came over.
Oh.
And she went out the front door.
Okay.
And I don't know where she went to.
I'll email this to you.
Her voice disappeared and she went out somewhere.
You know, when I look at this on the computer real small like this, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it too. The figures are great.
That's the goal.
Strung out across there. This looks really good. Yeah. Yeah, you can see where a few little scrapes would be really great.
Let me see. Let's take a look. Let me look at my scene here.
On the figures, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do a couple little scrapes. There's one on this man back here. He's probably dry though. And the woman next to him, she has a little scrape on her coat. They're all facing the sun over here. Which is, yeah, see, my sunlight is wrong in the angle of all this. And then she has the back of her. Yeah, they've all kind of dried out. This one here, I'll do a scene like this again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of a fun exercise.
Yeah.
Now let's do it.
Figures, though.
Let's do one more thing here for fun. I'm going to bring a little orange, a little Juan Brilliant. Paint this woman's face in. I got my laughing woman here on her poster. There. And then she has her blonde, reddish blonde hair. Might as well throw that in there. I'm going to use iron oxide. Dilute this down a little bit. She's kind of this redhead brunette on vacation. There. Her companion is lost in the dark here. There we go. Things to see and do. That's what it says on that billboard. All right. That's going to be our painting for the day.
Boy, that's nice work.
Oh, I didn't put it around. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you. I added a little color to the human faces in that billboard.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's silly, but it's fun.
Yeah, that looks good. Oh, that's real good. Yeah, the figures. You captured the gesture.
Boy, those foreground railings look pretty good, actually. When you look at them, you know.
Yeah.
These railings are actually more believable than I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. All right.
Yeah. That turned out real well.
You have a good day.
You too, Lord.
We'll do this. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Okay, guy. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.